Hey brother, welcome back to the Happy Man Coaching channel. I'm your Happy Man coach, Charlie McKeever, and in this video, I want to talk about how easy it is for you to turn your wife into an 800-pound gorilla. Now, let me explain. One day I was talking with a man. He was in his mid-40s, and we were talking about childhood memories. I asked him, I said, was there ever a time when you felt unsafe, unsettled, unsure with your father? Was there ever a time when he was upset at you? And this man in his mid 40s said, you know what? Yeah, there was a time when I was about 9 years old. My dad had picked me up from school. We were late for some sort of after school activity. And I told my dad that I had forgotten my workbook, that I needed that for homework for the next day. And I remember I was sitting in the back seat of that car, and he reached back and grabbed my book bag, tore it open, rifled through it, looking for that workbook. And when he didn't find it, he threw the book bag into the floorboard of the front seat. And he was so mad that I had forgotten this workbook. And I felt like I had let him down. I felt like I had disappointed him. I felt like I had made his day worse. And I felt like I was trapped in the car with an 800-pound angry gorilla. And I said, okay, well, what else can you tell me about that day? What else can you tell me about the car? And he said, well, it was a warm day. And I remember that the car was an older car and it kind of smelled a little musky. I also remember that my dad had this metal coffee mug with a handle on it that always sat on the console, just propped up there, perched up there. It never tipped over, it never fell off. And even when my dad reached back and grabbed that book bag out of my lap and tore it open and threw it into the floorboard, that coffee cup somehow managed to stay on the metal of that console. And I remember just staring at that coffee mug, that metal coffee mug, thinking that I had disappointed him, that I had let him down, and I felt so bad about it. And so this is what happens when we're standing in front of our wife and she's angry and she's upset and she's hurt and she's telling us about it. She's telling us how disappointed she is, how hurt she is, how unloved she feels. And we feel like we're that 9-year-old boy again, and she's an 800-pound gorilla. And we've done something terrible. And not just that we've done something terrible, that somehow we are terrible. And that feeling feels so bad. It makes us feel like we're 9 years old. It doesn't matter if you're 40 years old, 50 years old, 60 years old, you feel like that 9-year-old boy again. And it feels terrible. And we start defending ourselves and we start justifying and we start saying, no, that's not how it goes. That's not how you're supposed to feel. Don't be mad at me. And that makes her feel unheard. It makes her feel disconnected. It makes her feel like you don't care, like she's unloved. And so now both of us are hurt. Now both of us are upset. You're standing there upset. She's standing there upset. You're feeling flooded. You're feeling overwhelmed. You're feeling discouraged. You're feeling disconnected. Maybe you've got some tension in your shoulders. Maybe you're starting to get angry because you want to defend yourself because you feel like you're being attacked. And now we've got two hurt people who can't hear each other, who can't heal each other, who can't help each other. And that's what I want to help you with, brother. I want to help you be able to stand in the face of that 800-pound gorilla and know that you're okay, to know that you are good, to know that even when someone else is not okay, that you're okay. I want you to be able to stand there and be able to hear that person without taking it personally, without needing to defend or justify or explain your actions, not trying to get that feeling to go away, because you know that it's not really about you. It's about the other person and how they're feeling and what's going on with them. And you know your value and worth is intact, and you know that you're safe and secure and that you're okay and that you're not trapped in a car or a bedroom or a kitchen or a living room with an 800-pound gorilla. Go to happymancoaching.com and fill out that contact form. I'll reach out to you and we will set up a call. We'll set up a time to talk. You'll tell me your story. You'll tell me what's going on. You'll tell me how it feels. I'll ask some questions to clarify and reflect back some of the things that you're saying to me and help you hear yourself, help you be able to recognize, to connect the dots, to be able to say, oh, you know what? I never realized that before. I never realized that I was carrying forward that event, that moment, that uncomfortableness from 9 years old into 40 years old. I didn't realize that I was still afraid of reliving that day and being bad and disappointing somebody, and that emotion, that feeling was actually pushing me around, and that it was contributing and causing the disconnection that I feel in my relationship. I didn't know that, but now that I know that, I can actually make some choices about it. And that puts me in a place of power. It puts me in a place of personal power. It puts me in a place where I can actually own my life and make choices, where I can actually improve my relationship with my wife. And I can have connection and intimacy with her. And that I can be able to be there for her when she's feeling upset and feeling unloved. Let's talk. Fill out the form. I'll talk to you soon.